Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I have got our first Sentinel battle of the raid series and we're going to start strong. It's map 1, it's Scrooge. We're going to be doing a tier 27 battle with Scrooge here, and you can already see that there is a sizable power gap between my characters and the recommended power. For this battle, you do have quite a lot of survivability if you've got a very good Wally, and Minnie is very difficult to get, but this is easily the best team for this fight in my opinion. You can use some other teams. We have some club mates. I've got clubmate Kosh who uses a slightly different team to the one I've got in front of you. I'll be able to share that battle at some other point as well. So why this team? Wally is the best tank outside of Genie in terms of just survivability and just kind of being able to buy your team time, because he gets his specials very quickly and he gives himself a tremendous amount of armor. He gives himself defense burst from that special, and when they expire he turns them into armor. This is why he works so well with Minnie, because Minnie gives herself a ton of focus buffs, and when they expire, she gives herself armor. Now Hero is here. You can use Scrooge as well, but Hero is the best buffer in the game. He's not really there for his healing, but he has an exceptional signature ability if you've got it maxed out. If you've got it maxed out at 100, he can give the team up to 150% damage boost. It's like a 150% attack buff. So Minnie is just going to be absolutely shredding. And to be honest with you, you need a reasonably high Minnie to do these later level battles. But Minnie is one that is very much well worth saving for, and spending your Stardust on her. Compared to the other melees, it is a bit more expensive, but she's worth it. She's just the best melee in the game. But yes, once Hero's connected, he gives a massive attack buff to Minnie. He also gets a little bit of armor himself, but to be honest with you, you just kind of want him alive. He doesn't really need to do much damage himself, but getting those specials out as much as possible so he can essentially boost Minnie and boost Wally. He also gives Wally a defense buff, so it means that Wally gives himself a little bit more armor gain. And yeah, it's fairly straightforward in terms of how the synergy works for this team, but there is some kind of niche bits of gameplay you need to watch out for. Scrooge is insanely strong. If he gets a if he gets a heavy attack away, he can just knock out all the armor from underneath you, and Wally needs to be reasonably high level to be able to tank him. Now you can see this is a pretty sizable punch up here. We're using small pots on all characters. You could go T2 pots here, but we wanted to show you that this team can work exceptionally well even with the smaller pots. If you are going to be progressing to tier 28, 29 and 30, you're going to need to up them at tier 28 T2s, and then tier 29, tier 30 T3s. We haven't actually cleared T30 on this map, so yeah, that battle is rather insane on tier 30. Anyway, I hope that's enough explanation of the team. Room 1 is going to be fairly simple. The idea is just to survive and build up armor, and with this team specifically, you've got enough damage that you can give yourself a bit more time in room 1. Normally you're racing against the clock in a lot of these battles, so you want to get out of room 1 as quickly as possible, but really you just want to build some time for Minnie, for Wally to go into the second room with a lot of armor, a lot of health. Wally might take a knock, but if you get 3 specials with Hero off, he'll eventually heal. Anyway, let's jump into the footage. Alright guys, so Room 1, as I said, is fairly simple. You're going to want to kill these little ads, these tiny little elementals first, and then go for the big one. The aim really is about building up some armor, building up, making sure you don't lose too much health. You can see that Wally isn't doing so good at the minute. He's about half health, but once he gets his first armor game, he's pretty much not going to lose any more health in this first room. And yeah, as you can see with Minnie, you're aiming just to get rid of those little elementals. You can see her armor gain is starting to get pretty good. Just moved Hero out of the way there because he could have got pretty hurt there. And yeah, you've got max health, max armor on Wally, and we're just moving out the way now with Minnie, so she gets a decent amount of armor. Okay, so room 2, this is where the fun begins, guys. First thing, straight away, you want to make sure you get to Scrooge before he does a horrible special. And yeah, stop him from doing, not special, those big heavy attacks. If he catches anyone with those heavy attacks, it's a problem. Right, I'm just going to pause here really quickly. You can see, okay, there's a couple of things happened. Goofy spawned. Now, as soon as Goofy spawns, you're going to go straight after him with Minnie, and I'm just going to let it run a tiny bit more. Right, this is really key and really crucial because I see a lot of clubs making this mistake, at least from using this team, or a lot of players making this mistake. Wally has tanked the first hit from Scrooge, but he's not going to be able to tank much more. You need to build his armor back up again. Now, Goofy is obviously very dangerous because he can shred armor and he can give you armor block. However, you can't allow Wally to die, so you're going to have to occasionally take Minnie away from Goofy and preoccupy Scrooge whilst Wally builds back up his armor. There's always a risk that Wally is going to get armor blocked, but it's a risk you got to take. You can't let him die. As soon as he dies, it's such an uphill battle when you're fighting, just Minnie and Hero. It is possible, but it's super difficult. You really, really want Wally to survive for as long as possible, at least until you've killed Goofy, okay? Super key. So you can see in a second, Minnie's focus is going to be redirected to Scrooge. Okay, and Wally has just lost another bit of armor, so gone straight back to Scrooge. Keeping an eye on Wally over here. At this point, if you lose Wally, it's not the end of the world because you got rid of Goofy. But now straight back over to Scrooge. Scrooge's focus is going to be back on Minnie. And the great thing about Wally is he's going to be able to tank Donald. He wasn't going to be able to tank Goofy, but definitely Donald. So, you're in a really, really good spot. Just don't get hit by Scrooge with Minnie. Obviously, you just need to be able to dodge at this point. And the damage is huge as well. Look at that 5k hit because you're connected with Hero. And yeah, it looks easier than it is. Plenty of time on the clock up here. Things can definitely go wrong, and it nearly did. You can see, we nearly died with Wally, but importantly, we stood the test of time and yeah, got the job done. Okay guys, that is the Scrooge battle. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. I hope the analysis was good. If you like this format, let me know. If you don't, if there's anything I can improve on, also let me know in the comments. I'm obviously new to this series, so happy to take observations and comments on the chin and see if I can improve and make things easier for you. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and stay tuned for next week. We are going to do, I believe, Snow White, Sentinel, and Minions. So yeah, thanks for watching.